As part of the preparation for the giving of the Torah on Har Sinai, when Hashem's Shechina, Hashem's presence, would descend upon the mountain, Hashem tells Moshe, "V'higbalta es ha'am saviv lemor." You have to make a gavul, a boundary, for the people, saviv, around the mountain, lemor, saying. And this was a directive to Moshe that was to protect the people. Because Hashem said, Kol hanogea bahar, most you must. If anyone touches the mountain, when Hashem's Shechina is upon it, that person would die. So as to protect the people, Hashem was told Moshe that he had to make a boundary. And so Moshe did. But the Mincha Belula says that word lemor, that extra word at the end of the pasuk, is really superfluous. It's not necessary. V'igbalta es ha'am saviv, make a gavul for the people around the mountain. What does lemor come to teach us? So he suggests as follows. He says that lemor comes to teach us that the concept of a gavul, of boundary, was not just for the moment of Har Sinai. The concept of a gavul, of a boundary, is a concept that we all need to be able to live our lives successfully. What does the word boundary mean? Well, in order to preserve our Torah way of life, we have to have a boundary that protects us from influences that may hurt us or prevent us from living that Torah way of life. And even within our own engagement, our own personal lives, when it comes to certain people who we may not be able to be so close with, we also need a gavul, we need a boundary in order to protect ourselves, in order to make sure that we can be the best that we can be. But I always point out that there's a distinction with what I call constructive boundaries versus punitive boundary. A punitive boundary is when I say to someone, listen, I need to have boundaries with you. Well, that other person, when they hear that, they feel as if they have to be defensive. What does that mean? There's something wrong with me? I'm bad for you, therefore you need to keep away from me? Punitive boundaries, if they're approached as being punitive boundaries, always come with baggage, always come with some kind of difficulty. Constructive boundaries are boundaries that a person could make without even calling them a boundary to another person. I know that it's a boundary for me, but for the other person, I don't know, they may not notice it because I don't want to directly hurt them by telling them, I need a boundary from you. I create a boundary for myself, but without the need of putting someone else in the defensive. May we be zochim, may we merit that we are able to define for ourselves the boundaries necessary in life as Torah Jews, and for us personally in our own lives to live and be as successful as we could possibly be. Wishing everyone a great Shabbos.